Welcome to a beautiful day out here at the River House. And this is not quite an update, it's sort of just what's been going on. And I reserve the right to put in older footage somewhere else. And, as it's discovered, as it's found. So we've been doing many here. The beams are up in the great room, and all of the double exterior walls have been stood, although there's still definitely work to do in there. The price of wood has essentially doubled. So I was glad that we were able to purchase all of the zip system in advance. And Shay and I have come up and we've ripped up some old floor joists that didn't pass muster into 2x4 studs, which seems like using that old table saw right there, which seems like a crazy thing to do, but nonetheless, it was cheap. What I've been working on today is seam sealing the joint for the two houses together, and along here where the crack was particularly bad, I injected foam, and on the other side I am injecting just some roof caulking. We have placed an order for the lumber to build the tall 16 walls, and I'm in negotiations with a truss place, Fortine Trusses. Wild Bill up there in Fortine is going to be constructing our trusses. We'll have a roof line up here, and then the other roof line will actually come underneath of it, so it'll step down. But that will all be set on that strong wall right there, which goes literally down to bedrock. And I know that because I'm the one that blasted it. It's been a bit of a struggle today, keeping the ladder straight along this, but I've got that corner top to bottom, didn't die. I've got it along to that corner right there, and I've been putting all of the screws into the rim joists, basically really tying the walls together. So now if anything wants to move or twist, it's got to tear loose all along the bottom with that leverage. Out here in the back, there we go, bubble vision. Out here in the back, I'm to that corner, and I just finished putting in all the screws into the beam and the rim joist. There's a little curl in some of the underlayment sheeting because, these things aren't quite perfect, and that corner over there, I can't reach it without a ladder. So I'm about to drag the ladders down. And I've got that little bit that needs to be patched right there, then a floor to ceiling strip. Obviously down below I've got a floor to ceiling strip, a lower corner, and then somehow have to figure out to do that other side, which is by far the hardest of all of it, because it's just difficult. But yeah, we're moving along, and if Wild Bill out there at Fortine, if he gets these trusses in, Danny called maybe a dozen places. A lot of them said, that there's been an explosion of construction. That makes sense. I mean, there's entire towns, those folks out west have got to rebuild. It makes sense that these companies are, back against the wall, and I applaud them for it. Anyways, Danny was calling around, and her call happened to hit a time when the Fortine Truss Company had a crew out because of COVID. So they had to delay their entire project, and so he had an opening, and our trusses weren't particularly complicated, and he said he liked how Danny sounded on the phone, and I think we're going to get slipped in there. There'll be a big mono truss, 36 inches thick. I asked for an extra high snow load. You know, I think out here in this particular spot in Montana, I think our snow load is 40. I asked for 55. Well, I asked for 60, but with the design, with the spread, I'm getting a 55, which should be very, very adequate. But you know, hey, as this area warms up, it'll get hotter and wetter, and that'll be what the weather patterns will do. And while it means there'll probably be less snow in the winter, the chance of a heavy, wet, massive snowstorm is going to go way up. And since I'm going to have such flat roofs, not as flat as I used to be, many people have talked me out of my super flat roofs. I have 3 and 12, which, you know, is not steep, obviously, but it's not super flat. But yeah, you just got to imagine, whoops, you just got to imagine this bad boy with 3 more feet. Good Lord, this house is huge. It's so much bigger than I wanted. But here we are. It's a fine investment. We can always close off rooms as Shay grows up and moves out, and you know, we'll have space. We can house foreign exchange students, or adopt, or whatever mysteries life brings our direction. We'll have the room for it. And then when it's all said and done, you know, I can sell this monster as part of our retirement, and sweat equity, essentially sweat equity, as long as I can hang on to the taxes and heat it. But we should be fine. Speaking of that, there in the windowsills, you can really see our double wall system there. If I had it to do over, I wish that they were thicker. Why not? These are 8-inch walls, you know, with an air gap in between. And part of me wishes that originally I was planning on 10, and then moved down to 8. And I'm sure it's perfectly fine, but you know, go big, go home. It should be pretty well sealed. We have the zip system for the roof lines, and I think I've got enough tape. I've tried to be pretty frugal with my tape. I'm not going to use any of it for the window sills until the roof lines are done, but I should have enough to seal the roof gaps. And that should give us watertight over the winter, which will allow me to continue to work in here, but also will be still my beating heart. So I'm very happy about that. A little less enthused that my rafters are going to be 2 feet apart, but I have been told that that's very much normal, even though the novice overbuilder in me wants, well, if 2 feet's normal, then 16 should be better. And you know, what is it, 4 more trusses, something like that? Maybe we can just build 4 more trusses, 5 more trusses. But I've been told it's fine. I've been told that's what holds up the houses the world over, and I do have 5/8 sheeting for the roof. So you know, I was already a little overkill on that, and that's what they said. So nah, it'll be perfect. Just make sure you put down 5/8. So I'm glad I already did so, and I'm glad I bought it before the price doubled. But that's what's going on here at the River House. It's smoky. Throat hurts. The family is staying relatively healthy. We appreciate any and all of you. You know, I apologize for the glut of car videos. That's a family business, you know, father-in-law's business. It's just what I've always done. I've never dumped them all at once, but then he's never dumped them all at once either. So that's just the way it's going to be. And I apologize if I've been negative or whatnot. It's been a long and stressful build. It's been a long and stressful year, and I suppose it grinds on all of us. But you know, I go forth and bring joy to your world. And thanks for watching.